Hello, friends, and welcome back to Malicious Compliance Stories. Why? What the hell does this accomplish? I swear, some people are such miserable jerks that they take every chance they get to use their negligible, sad power to lord it over people to make their neighbors' lives worse rather than trying to make it better. But before we begin, best way to support our channel is to leave comments, like, and subscribe with the turned-on bell so you don't miss the new video every single day. HOA changed the front door code to access the building and won't share with residents. So my HOA recently changed the front door code and refuses to provide it to any tenants or owners. I'm an owner. Now we all have access to our units through the back door with a key or via underground garage. This minor inconvenience doesn't really bother me. However, this creates a problem for postal service and package delivery, as you must provide them a door code for entry so they can access the mailroom inside the lobby. I've witnessed USPS locked out a few times, and luckily I was there to let them in, but I wonder what happens if no one's there to let them in. This week I had 2 packages returned because UPS and OnTrack couldn't access the mailroom. CC&R state that all owners have a non-exclusive easement of use and enjoyment in and to and throughout the common area and for ingress, egress, and support over and through the common area. I've requested the new code multiple times, but the HOA has only given me radio silence. My thoughts are it's a potentially dangerous situation if you get locked out and there's no other way to access your unit but from the inside of the building unless you follow someone in or out. Also, who prohibits access to your front door? The conversation with UPS went, UPS, we need your front door code. Me. This might sound crazy, but I'm not allowed to use my front door. And our second story. Around $5,000 early termination fee and arrest. I work for the cell phone industry for around 12 or 13 years, and I have tons of stories. This is one of the craziest ones. It happened almost 15 years ago, so I'll not get all of the dialogue exactly correct, but I remember what happened clearly. The customer came in telling me that the battery on his phone had stopped charging and that he wanted it replaced. I looked at the phone, and inside the charging port was extensive corrosion from liquid damage, so I took it back to the technician, showed it to him to confirm. He took the battery out and put it on the tester, and it did not immediately fail, as is common in cases like this. So I went back out to the customer and told him that the technician is running a test on the battery now. He said, why is he testing it when he knows that it does not work? I told him that we have to run a basic test on all batteries before we can proceed with replacement. The battery passed the test after about 10 minutes, so the charging issue was a result of the liquid damage that I found when he handed me the phone. The technician came out and explained to him that the phone had been exposed to liquid and that was the reason the phone was not turning on. He, for some reason, would not accept what the technician was saying and started to scream and make a scene demanding to talk to the manager and that we replace the phone and the battery because we have no idea how to do our jobs. This got the manager's attention, and he came over to see what was going on. He stood his ground and tried to explain the policy and the situation again. When the customer figured out that he was not going to fight his way into a new phone and or battery, he broke the phone in half, it was a flip phone, and threw one half across the store, hitting one of my coworkers in the back. He then said he's canceling his service and headed for the door, where it kicked the door open. It was a full glass door with a metal bar in the middle. I'm not sure if his foot impacting it broke the glass or if when it hit the other side it broke the glass, but it broke. He then took the other half of the phone that was still in his hand and threw it into the parking lot and broke a windshield of a parked car. He then jumped in his truck and drove off, almost getting into an accident on the way out of the parking lot. Needless to say, he was arrested and was banned from the store. He also had around 6 restraining orders placed on him for saying verbal threats to the employees of the store. And our next story. I'm the owner of this place, and you will do as I say. It happened on a calm but windy winter day. I was wearing combat boots, navy blue skinny pants, a black shirt of the casualties, a black hoodie under a jean jacket with a red ribbon army patch from Dragon Ball. This is important. I have really long hair, it covers all my back, but this day I had it in a bun and covered by a Vans hat. I'm also 6 feet 1 inches tall, above the average males in my country. Now the situation. CL is crazy lady and M is manager. I was shopping on a local supermarket and by luck I saw a good sale on electric heaters. They seemed to be out of stock, but I have a better view of the higher shelf and could see the last 4 heaters. I took one and turned around to leave, but an angry middle-aged woman was blocking my way. CL, give it to me. Me, excuse me? CL, that was the last heater, and I saw it first, so give it to me. Me, no, it's not the last one, and I took it, so it's mine. CL, I don't care, it's mine. I just thought F her and put the heater in my cart, but she tried to take it. Me, what the F, hag? Leave that. CL, don't you dare speak to me like that. I'm the manager of this store, and you can't buy here if I say so. A woman about the same age approached to us and asked if there were more heaters. The crazy lady said no, and I said yes. I proceeded to take another heater from the higher shelf and give it to the woman. The crazy lady was furious. I looked at her and said she was polite. CL, that's it. You're banned from this store. Leave your cart and go away before I call the police. I was laughing and turned around to leave this crazy woman barking alone, but she grabbed my shoulder and tried to flip me over. But as I said, I'm quite tall and I weigh about 88 kilos, so she only ended up stumbling. I was pissed at this point, so I just yelled, WTF, old hag, leave me alone. CL, I told you to leave the store. I'm the owner of this place and you will do as I say. M, excuse me, but I'm an administrator of this place and you're not the owner nor an employee. This was a chain supermarket, so the owner's a big corporation. The crazy lady's expression was priceless. CL, trying to hide her face and think on an excuse, thank God you're here. I just said that because this Nazi was trying to rob me. I think my brain shut down for a second for the amount of stupidity I was looking at. CL, he stole my heater and threatened me when I tried to get it back. M, okay, ma'am, we can speak about this, but please don't do that kind of accusations, and we need to discuss about your impersonating an employee. CL, look at him. He's one of those skinheads, and he even is wearing a Nazi sign, pointing at my patch. M, ma'am, that's a Red Ribbon Army sign? I just took out my hat and loosed my hair like on a shampoo commercial. The manager looked at me with a look what I have to deal with expression. M, sir, you can leave now. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. Please tell the cashier to give you a R80 from me, manager's name, as an apology. I paid my stuff and was doing my hair bun again when I saw the woman being followed outside by a security guard. I just smiled and bit my free chocolate for the inconvenience. He's one of them long-haired skinheads. They're the worst sort. And our last story. HOA Karen decided to mess with a veteran in court. My name is John. I'm a veteran who served in Iraq. When I came back from the service, my troubles didn't end. Karen, my wife, decided to file for divorce, and I couldn't do anything to prevent it. Perhaps she couldn't wait for me to come back and face reality in person. I remember how we met on the street, and she was such a sweetheart. Who knew that behind that outer beauty hid such a dark soul? I thought our marriage was real, based on love, but it seems I was mistaken. While I was serving in Iraq, Karen found a way to conceal her nasty plans. She transferred my house into an HOA, Homeowners Association, a house I inherited from my parents even before our wedding. Though she had no right to do so, she forged my signature to make the documents look legitimate. When I finally returned home, I was overjoyed. I had beer waiting for me, friends around, and Karen had moved out all the household appliances, even though I hadn't been part of the HOA for 3 months. I never got to see her without a lawyer, but I managed to reach her on the phone, and the conversation went something like this. Me. Hi, Karen. I'm back. What's this all about? Karen. Oh, wow. Our great conqueror finally decided to come back home. You were always such a caring husband, especially when you were away. That's why I'm done with this. Me. What's your plan, Karen? Are you out of your mind? Why do you have to do it this way? Karen, falsely surprised. Oh, really? I'm not going to sit here alone and wait while you have fun over there. There are plenty of men here who have time for me, unlike you. Karen, with a smirk. Good luck with HOA. Hangs up. Thankfully, I decided to record that conversation just in case. I know I need to defend what's left of my life. With the help of a lawyer, I intend to uncover the truth and prove that Karen forged my signature. When I managed to call a second time, Karen hung up most of the time. A guy answered. He said Karen wasn't around and told me not to call her anymore. Karen doesn't seem to understand a couple of things. I have documents confirming I was away when the HOA contract was signed, and she shouldn't anger someone who spent so much time roasting under the desert sun. Plus, there's the third element that completes the ensemble, my own brother, the lawyer. So let's start with the signature. In the contract, it looked nothing like mine. The HOA didn't want to accept the truth, but with the threat of an actual court case in which they could lose arose, they agreed to cancel my contract. All the household appliances were purchased by my father and brother, who, being a lawyer, saved the receipts after my father's death. Perhaps he sensed something? Turns out Karen sold everything to a nearby pawn shop. She had to pay me for practically everything except for the iron that disappeared without a trace. Later, I found out she stole money from her new boyfriend to pay me based on the court's decision, and he kicked her out of his house because of it. Good luck, Karen. Have fun now. I'm not the best writer. After all, it's not how I make a living, and I'm writing this over a bottle of beer. I just wanted to share some real-life madness that can frighten even someone who's been to war. Hey guys, thank you all for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.